A busy off season. We've got over the mourning process of the season. Congratulations to the Chiefs, and thank you to the Chiefs for beating the Eagles in the Super Bowl. We're on to the off season, baby. We're halfway to next season, I think, already. The start dates are the 17th, April 17th. The Cowboys get back into camp. So let's just start from the top. Who's gone, who's new, who's back. Start with our losses. We've got Connor McGovern, our left guard, signed a deal with the Bills. Zach Gifford is gone. They thought he would get some linebacker snaps. He's gone. Noah Brown's with the Texans. Good for him. He was a quality player.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, McQuaid, their long snapper, is gone. Doesn't bother me too much. I think Bones is going to take care of that.
But he was good. He was a Pro Bowler, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he was bad.
Yeah, I think it was a Pro Bowler, wasn't he?
Yeah. Dalton Schultz, see ya, and Zeke is gone. Now, tell me the ones that hurt. Tell me the ones that don't hurt. What one hurt the most?
Listen, I know you think it's silly, but is the long snapper. You can replace guys like that, but he is a Pro Bowler. But listen, emotionally, is Zeke obviously. Schultz, you knew he was going to go, and we had two people there. But Zeke is the one that we know. I mean, we've talked to him. We know what he's all about. We've seen his life turn around from where he started from and where he's at today, and he has to move on. And, when us guys who get emotionally attached to these guys and touch bases with them somewhat, it's, somebody, he's your friend.
We
go out together, but,
we wish that there's those guys in Cowboys lore that you wish had won a Super Bowl, be it Danny White or Tony Romo. Ware got his somewhere else, but Jason Witten, I think Zeke's in that category of guys.
Oh, Danny White did win one, by the way. He's on the punter on the 78 team.
That's right, he's the punter.
77 team, yeah. Go ahead.
But still, there's some guys who didn't get theirs, and I think, Zeke's on that list. That one, like you're right, emotionally that one hurts most for me. From the production perspective, you'll miss a short yardage back, which you need to address one way or the other. And what I think they're going to miss most is his pass blocking. You say, okay, he's not going to go out on routes, but Pollard has shown, some of these other backs have shown they're just not up to snuff when it comes to pass blocking like Zeke was. So they'll have to fill that role. Someone's going to have to step up. And what you don't want is Dak getting blindsided because their running backs didn't pick up. And that's where Zeke, I think, was excellent. You say, okay, that's no big deal. It's a running back. It's no big deal until your quarterback gets the snot beat out of him and a broken jaw.
Well, it happened to Tony Romo with Gronkowski, because they got rid of Deion Anderson.
Correct.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. So it did happen.
Dalton Schultz, I'm not upset with, because I think you have guys who are going to replace him on the team, guys who can replace him through the draft.
That was business.
Yeah, good luck. You didn't get some mega deal out there like, he went somewhere else. He bet on himself. The market was depressed at the tight end position because there's so much talent there. And like I've said before, he made two suck plays at the end of that 49ers game that cost the Cowboys any reasonable shot. He didn't get his feet down, and he didn't fight for forward possession on both of those plays in the last series of the season. And see you later, because I think the other two guys would have done that. McQuaid, I think, is a decent loss, but I think you have a great special teams coordinator who can find guys who can do that. McGovern's a decent loss. People were poo-pooing on that pick for a little bit. He turned out to be a decent left guard, signed a nice contract with another team. I'll take a fifth-round comp pick for him next year, because we've seen, we'll get into that in a minute, what those fifth-round compensation picks can become. Gifford was a good special teams guy.
Yes, he was. Yes.
That we'll have to fill that role. And Noah Brown, a very likable Cowboy, not super.
He was a great special teams guy. Yeah.
Special teamer. He's made himself a career in the NFL, got another contract. Listen, he's going to be collecting his pension and making good money because he was with the Cowboys. All the best to you. Good luck. See ya. And I think I want to go back to the players they brought back now and some of the talented guys they brought back. Let's start number one, Tony Pollard on the tag. What's your view of him on the tag, and what do you think we should be doing with them going forward with him?
You had to tag him, no brainer. What going forward is equal carries, equal money. You got to split time with him. You got to keep him with the same amount of carries he's got. Give him some money. That's for sure. He's going to have to deal with what the offer is after this year. You'll see what he does. Does he give you Does he give you 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5.1 per carry? Makes a Pro Bowl, another Pro Bowl because he did make a Pro Bowl this year.
Right, right.
Made a Pro Bowl.
My question is, do you go? He's not going to get the big money. The Z contract, the Cowboys just aren't handing out again. And here's one quick sidebar I want to say. I think the Cowboys have taken a long way to get there, but I think where we're at now is they're making wise decisions, and we've seen this offseason. We'll talk a little more in a minute, but they're not just handing out these massive contracts like they did for Brandon Carr. They're not trading all these picks for players like Joey Galloway, and they're not this offseason being super stingy and not sending anyone but their own players anymore like they've done in previous years. They are bringing back players at appropriate prices. They're extending guys. They're restructuring contracts. And I think Pollard on his 1-year deal, the tag, he signed it. They're going to try and work a reasonable contract. 4 years, $30 million for him, I don't think is that bad. You know, that's $8.5 million a year. That's reasonable in the market. I think Miles Sanders got like a 3-4 year deal with about $6 million plus. I think he's better than Miles Sanders, especially at this point in his career. So I wouldn't mind, this year his number goes down. Cowboys right now are sitting at $13 million in cap space. Plus they got another $10 million coming June 1st.